I'm going to set this up first and foremost. Ilhan Omar is just a hateful person who is very strategic in what she's trying to accomplish by criticizing people just having a good time on a plane. Like, I understand people, getting up and singing and causing a stir can be a little bit annoying, but the fact that she's pointing out and trying to pull the victim card, she's very strategic in this because, yes, okay, it's going to get her name in the fucking headlines, okay? It's going to give her clout, and if everybody would just fucking ignore her, she would just wither and die and lose her fucking primary, and then she'd just go back to, I don't know, driving a cab or sucking off her brother, whatever she wants to do, okay? But honestly, it's like you take the person out of the situation, you look at the criticism that's there, just the juvenile remarks of it, it's just dumb and shallow, okay? You can say the same thing about my commentary, obviously, but it's just a bunch of goofy square people, okay, singing some Christian tunes about love and respect and family and all that kind of, happy-go-lucky good shit. And it's like, okay, on a long plane ride, A, it could either be very, very annoying, or B, it is just a feel-good moment where everybody can, recognize the fact that it's Easter, okay? Because this happened a week ago, okay? Last Sunday, this is what happened. And it doesn't look like anybody was terribly off-put about it. But no. Ilhan Omar, hey, she has certain things that she likes to do with her family. And because that wasn't happening at 30,000 feet, she has to pull, well, if it was Muslims who were praying up in the air, you'd have big problem about it. Yeah, because you'd be trying to behead anybody who wasn't covering their hair. Or you'd be trying to rush the cockpit in order to make an emergency landing. Anyways, Ilhan Omar slammed for criticizing videos showing people singing Christian songs on a plane. Representative of what? Anyways, Ilhan Omar has come under fire for deriding a video showing passengers singing Christian songs aboard a plane and wondering what might happen if her Muslim family also held a prayer session on a flight. Nobody would care. How about that? I'd imagine that's probably what would happen. The Minnesota Democrat shared the video in which two people are seen singing the spiritual songs on the aisle on a EasyJet flight, the Daily Dot reported. I think my family and I should have a prayer session next time I'm on a plane. How do you think that will end? Nobody would care unless you were doing it in front of the bathroom, and then somebody might be like, can you move your rug? I need to go take a dump. But outside of that, literally nobody would care. The video captioned, worshiping Jesus at 30,000 feet in the air was shot and posted on Instagram on April 9th by Jack Jensen Jr. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was on Easter. My mistake. Who founded a group called Kingdom Realm Ministries. Okay, cool. So this was probably like a youth group on a plane. It was probably people who were all there, and you know what? Most of them were probably being part of the flight because they were a part of the ministries, if it makes sense. Hashtag Jesus is taking over this flight. Oh my God. Several Republicans ripped Omar for expressing anti-Christian sentiments. Well, okay, if that was the only thing that she said, it's not quite as bad as when she referred to 9/11 as some people who did some things. She's selectively very family-oriented. It looks like a fair amount of people, okay? Like, that's one screenshot from the video. I'm not going to play it because Christian music is cancer. But you can see some people were obviously into it, and that one lady with her hands up in the air, obviously a little bit more into it than other people as well. And, some people obviously, okay, had their head down, but were they running around in people's faces? Was anybody, making them join in? No. Okay. Like I said, she was very specific about that. She just wanted to float that out there, okay? She wanted to elicit the responses, like the one that she has from Vernon Jones here. Why do you hate Christians, Elon? She didn't say anything about that. Now she can say, I'm being attacked by right-wing extremists. Oh my God. The Muslim, the anti-Islam, the Islamophobic comments I'm receiving. I can fucking bet that's exactly what she's saying right now. Like I said, she might be evil, but she's very strategic when it comes to this stuff. She's definitely the most conniving member of that fucking squad. If the freedom of religion we enjoy here in America disturbs you, she said nothing about that, but this is exactly what she was hoping for. Feel free to pack your bags and head back to Somalia, Sudan, or wherever you're from. Take your brother with you. Ow! Ooh, God, that cuts deep. GOP Florida congressional candidate Jose Castillo said that in America, Muslims can and do pray in public. Perfect. That's exactly what should be what's on there, okay? Yeah, what would happen if my Muslim family prayed on an airplane? Probably nothing, okay? Maybe just keep your chanting to a minimum. Like, I don't know what to tell you. He added in a tweet that if Omar wants a country where Christians aren't allowed to do the same, Omar should go back to her own country. I would just like her to go back to her own country. That'd be great. She's terrible. None of her policies make fucking sense. And the only thing that she's really good at is fundraising and making sure everybody, and especially in nursing homes in Minnesota, get out there and vote whether they want to or not. Apparently referring to Somalia, where the naturalized U.S. citizen was born, theoretically. Have we seen the documents? Cicely Davis, who's seeking to defeat Omar in Minnesota's 5th congressional district, also slammed her on Twitter by noting that Qatar, a country you're very familiar with, plays Islamic prayers on an intercom before taking off of their planes, or on their planes. Yeah, exactly. And you know how many people fly Qatari Airlines? It's pretty popular, don't you think? Nobody gives a fuck about it. She added, they have a designated prayer area and coordinates for Mecca are posted on the screens. It's no problem. You have to, pray towards Mecca if you're going to be doing that. Know a little bit about this. I'll share a little story about this. In the job prior, we had a truck driver drop off supplies to our store before we'd show up. And sometimes, depending on the traffic, and because he had to come from Edmonton, so like a 4-hour drive and all that shit. So depending on traffic and a bunch of other tertiary conditions, he might be there when we show up, okay? Or not, and the dude was Muslim, okay? He couldn't drive a forklift to save his life, but he was reasonably on time most of the time, but showed up early once, okay? To do some of the receiving of the stock that came in on his truck from Edmonton, okay? And he was up at the front of the store, and I was like, normally you just come to the back and, offload the stuff, and then we deal with it from there. So why is he up at the front of the store? Well, because he had his rug out and he needed to pray. It's like, okay. It's like, it was a little odd because it was totally unexpected, but outside of that, didn't give any shits about it, okay? And I know that I'm just one person, and maybe theoretically some people might be disturbed by that, but you're not hurting anything, okay? It's just like these weirdos who are out here playing guitar, and that guy looks like he's hating his life because maybe Tommy Chan there didn't quite tune his guitar as appropriately as he should have. But realistically, everybody looked like it was fine. Okay, it's the least destructive thing that you see on an airplane in today's day and age, let's be fair. But yeah, let's just recap what Cicely Davis had to say in the follow-up. They have designated prayer areas referring to Qatari Airlines and coordinates for Mecca posted on the screens. It's no problem. The issue is you hate Christians and Jews and lots of Muslims. Well, yeah, no, that's fair, because you properly address the situation. That's like, listen, that's not a fucking problem for a bunch of people, but does she hate Christians? I don't know for sure. Just all you could do is just go off of some of her previous statements. Jews, oh, buddy, is there a long history of anti-Semitism within the squad? If we had the time to do it, we'd take a look at it. You could, that's a little homework for yourself if you don't believe me. And lots of Muslims, I don't know about that, but yeah, there's always infighting within a bunch of groups, so she's a very hateful person. According to TMZ, not Davis, I don't know anything about her, but she makes a good point here, very good point. Okay, according to TMZ, Jensen Jr. and Kingdom Realm Ministries have apparently been traveling throughout Europe to support refugees leaving Ukraine amid a Russian invasion. Okay, so that's what they're doing. Is it really that terrible? No. Is it kind of slightly annoying? It's probably a little bit better of a sound than air raid sirens and shells going off in the background, but not for Omar. She wants prayer. She wants to get the folks that are fleeing Ukraine under war or under theoretical gunfire, okay, to get more acclimatized to wherever they land in Europe, because they're going to be very, very accustomed to, if they weren't in Ukraine, to prayer multiple times a day. Maybe she was, in fact, looking out for them, okay? Getting them a little bit more accustomed to the fact that Christianity, it's kind of put it on the back burner in the rest of Europe. But anyways, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.